Hello everyone and welcome to the third and final round of the 2022 Infinite Disc Maricopa Open presented by the Disc Shack. We're in Maricopa, Arizona, and your leader Adam Hammis is trying to run away with it. Anthony Barela is a few strokes off the pace. Luke Samson is charging. Jordan Castro has been struggling. We'll see if he can turn things around. We're on the back nine. We've got holes 11 through 19 to play. I'm so glad you guys could join us. We saw some fireworks take place on the front. We'll see if anything can match it here as we're heading into the back. 289 feet for hole number 11. Sidewalk left, OB. And then everything gravel and curb on the right is also out of bounds. Luke asking for it to be a berg. You'll have an uphill look at birdie.
Why are you so flippy? Stable rock.
A little frustration, maybe too much power there for AB. He says that's his stable rock. Hammis with the backhand zone. And after all of those shots, it looks like Castro's got it dialed in with his mid and a park job. See if Castro can turn things around. Here's AB for birdie. And that is worst case scenario. Well, I suppose somehow hitting off the top and then maybe carrying out over the out of bounds. Here, at least AB's got a chance to save his par. Now, we've seen him make a few long putts so far. Have to tell if that tree is at all in his way. I don't really think the branches were. He just didn't put it up enough. You have to be worried about that sidewalk that's out of bounds, and maybe that's the exact same thing that we see from Luke here, just tentative and maybe a little gun shy, seeing what just happened to ABs with the rollaway. Meanwhile, a little bit closer for Hammis, and that is in the heart of the chains. Hammis now 7 under through his first 11. This will be 2 strokes that he's picking up on his next closest competitor in Barela. And the battle between Luke and Anthony gets a little bit closer. Meanwhile, Castro fights back to 1 over par. We're going to take a long walk, head over to hole number 12. And a big shout out, by the way, Zach Taylor worked so tirelessly to run out and get all of the drone previews. Zach, I appreciate it. Zach said he was introduced to the game by his buddy Mike Sullivan, and yeah, I just can't say it enough. Pete Ulibarri has helped throughout the years. I've had a number of people help with drone previews, but Zach, thank you so much for making it happen. Here's Hammis. We'll see if I get a better line on it today. Look good, just a little short for Hammis. After the skip, he's just about pin high. As you're looking at the trees, too, we're not seeing too much movement. There's a light breeze every once in a while, but it's certainly less than what we saw out here in round 2, and nothing like what we saw over at Copper Sky in round number 1. Temps in the 70s, low 70s. Just absolutely gorgeous out here. About 20, 25 short for Luke. That one hits and stops. Castro hasn't connected on anything from circle 2. And that's not going to be the start of it. Hamas pin high.
Catches a 370-foot splash, but not that.
High left side for Hamas. So AB has an opportunity now to pick one back up. And he cashes it in. Hamas taps in, and I think Luke is going to walk off and maybe mentally reset a little bit. I think he was getting ready to putt, and by Hamas going up and tapping out, I think might have rattled Luke a little bit. He's lining up a birdie look. Again, he's trying to catch up to Barela. Seems as if Hamas is certainly out of reach at this point, but great focus and concentration, and Luke is going to put that in.
Yeah, that one's stuck.
Castro taps in. We head over another combined hole, hole 13, 559 feet. Normally we play a little 280 footer to the pin on the left right there, but we're going to keep on going to the next basket. 559 feet, I think I just said, and we saw Barela put a crush on it, get him inside 20 feet. He didn't capitalize, though, in round number 2. We'll see what kind of adjustments he makes as Luke gets over on it, and just not enough height for it to fight back. Maybe asking for it to come back, and it's got plenty of power, but not on the correct angle as it came out. You know, I talked about it a little bit during the last round. Both Nick Newton and I did, about how the grass out here is actually painted, or it's some form of paint at least. And it's not just paint for the coloring. There's also fertilizer, and there's some other things that are part of it. But you see why the grass maybe looks the way it does. Certainly as you're walking around, you're getting it on your shoe, and you you leave with some of that green paint on your shoe. Also commonly used at golf courses, talking to Scott over at the Las Vegas Challenge, and he lives in Las Vegas. He was talking to the some of the people at the golf course. I guess it is it's actually used quite frequently. Feel like I could almost have just hit copy and paste from where Adam had landed. Round number 2, cashes this in today, trying to hit paste.
Set. Can't make those right now. You almost hit that bird, dude. You see that?
So, although Adam out in front, certainly questioning a little bit of his putting confidence. AB puts it up, but not enough power there. Again, that road can come into play. And Castro going to pick up a good par. This really pushes the elite level in terms of distance, I feel like. 559, par 3. Not going to happen due to traffic, but Adam's suggestion was he'd love to see the basket up and to the right of where they are right now on the island. There's a little turnabout right there that car is actually just going to go through, and that would make for a really cool shot, except for playing onto the island with regularly active traffic. Probably not our best PR move. Sandy Point Resort, Disc Golf Ranch, northern Wisconsin. Essentially one of Adam's home courses growing up, playing in the tight wooded fairways of Sandy Point. Make sure you check them out, sandypt.com. And one of our shortest holes on the course, 258 feet, hole 14. And you didn't see it there just yet, but this is lined with Meadows and OB on both sides. So this is really just a tunnel shot all the way through. Staying up and in bounds. It looked like that was going to leak OB to the right, but it stays in bounds. And Anthony left. OB. An interesting play there by Hamas. It looks like you just purposely was trying to keep it really low. So if his line was off whatsoever, obviously it didn't have a chance to fade or to skip or do anything like that. He just threw it really low to try and avoid any kind of additional ground play or if it was off the mark. Here's AB, a long look at a par save. Okay. Just do that. And Adam, with the birdie, is going to extend his lead even more over Anthony. Meanwhile, Luke trying to catch up to him, and he's going to do just that. Luke moves to 7 under. Again, he started the round at even, so you're seeing him 7 down. Adam, on the other hand, 8 down. And they're kind of keeping an eye on the chase card, seeing some good scores that are unfolding, but really they had such a huge advantage coming into it. The margin that they had, they were at least 4 and 5 above everyone else, or better than everyone else. And that was just even against other competitors here on the lead card. And a beautiful view here as we're playing the par 5, 903 foot, hole 15. See the sponsor on there as well as Curtis Van Slyke. Curtis, not only did he play this weekend in MA40, but he took down MA40. And then when he was done today, he ran out and captured most of the women's round. So I'll have that for bonus footage. So can't say enough about Curtis. Congratulations, one heck of a weekend. And just like that, I'm already noticing here, very different approach from what we saw the day before. Adam finding center fairway ultimately, but it seemed as if Luke was just really playing the hyzer to lay it up out into the fairway and not bite off too much. And Jordan's comes in and actually lands, I believe, right on top of Luke's. And just playing for placement here. Such a smart move. I feel like you could see some really aggressive plays that might bring either the Mando into play or one of the OBs, but look like 4 pretty solid drives. And that's going to be a little bit short as I kind of pan up into the basket. At this point, I'm thinking that Hamas is just really in safety mode. He doesn't have to do anything crazy or special. He's watching the scores, seeing that no one on this card is going to be able to make a charge if he can just kind of finish things out. And there's my co-commentator from rounds 1 and 2, Nick Newton, tapping in. Big Annie there by Jordan, and that's going to put him in a great position to have a really easy up and down. Oh, and that one's out and over and pushing out toward the road, and unfortunately, that's going to be way out of bounds. AB trying to make something happen, possibly ring up the eagle here, put himself in position to take the 3. I believe there was 1 3 on the day. That goes to Aaron Gossage. Big shout out to Aaron. Well, I'm going to stand corrected. Kyle Rogney also carded an eagle. So Aaron, who put together a really solid round, this certainly helped it. AB leaving himself a little bit of a tester here. We saw him miss from about that distance during the second round. And that stays in bounds. You can just kind of see it there. I'm in the wooded section of the course. If you couldn't tell, that's where I was at the moment. A little frustration again from Barela. He's looking at a bogey here on the par 5. And that's got to feel like a huge disappointment just for the fact he has so much power. If you were to say, hey, who's the top 1 or 2 people that will walk away with an eagle or at least a birdie here, Barela is going to be your pick all day. So to see him, what looks like a bogey 6. Luke seemingly unfazed by the neighborhood kids giving him the countdown. So Luke's now 8 under for the round, which ties Hamas at the moment for the round. And a stress-free birdie by Castro. He's trying to put things together as he moves to 1 under. A few holes ago, I believe we saw him at +2. So he's put together a little string of birdies. Talked about how easy this one is, 235 feet, hole number 16. Plays as the single easiest hole on the course, as it should. 2.36 is what this average, so 0.64 below par. When people talk about a must-get birdie, this is exactly what they're referencing.
Skip it in there, baby.
Oh, the triple skip? Quadruple skip? Either way, good play by Castro. And that'll work out just fine. Remember, there were 26 out-of-bounds strokes that we saw during round number 2. Today, they certainly improved on that. Maybe I'll give you that final number, what I think was the final number. Maybe you've already got a tally sheet going. No, you don't. And looks like frustration has set in at the highest level for Barela. I got to give it to him that although things aren't going his way, he's maintaining his composure. certainly know that the blood is probably boiling and super frustrated for him right now, but keeping it within. Luke picks up yet another birdie, so he goes to 9 under. Castro goes to 2 under. Couple holes left to play. Hole 17, 489 feet. My host, Amy Jo and Hav, year in and year out, I get to come stay with them. So kind, so gracious. They have people come hang out and visit over here, and I'm hunkered away on my computer putting together the footage. But thank you guys so much.
So safe.
Fun fact, Luke, with his massive power and distance, asked me what the play was here. I would not be asking me. Not this time. Look at Castro long look at birdie. Oh, and after the park job that we saw by Hammeth, he was going with a similar play, just trying to torque over on the force and then have it flex all the way back. Fortunately, though, he was too low, and I think Barela maybe letting out a little frustration puts that one way up there. We saw him make a really long putt from over there yesterday. Thinking ahead where I'm going to see a number of these guys in just a few weeks for the Memorial Championships. I'm going to ask you guys, now you've seen a couple different tournaments. Are you coming to Arizona to play any disc golf anytime soon? And if so, if it didn't matter the cost or the particular week, which event are you looking to come play? The Memorial, the Shelley Sharp, right here for the Maricopa, as AB almost puts that one in. Maybe you'll come with a person that's going to play in the PLO. I was just here for the Phoenix Ladies Open. So many great tournaments. That's what I need you to leave in the comments. Or maybe you've played in some of those. Let me know. AB dunking it in. I got to say, the outpouring of support, the subscriber base has grown. You guys just keep on watching all of this action that I've been putting out. Can't thank you enough. Big shout out. Again, Zach Taylor, who I mentioned earlier. People like Pete Uliberry, always helping out. Curtis. Pat Perman. I mean, just so many people that make all of this possible. The boys over at First Light, along with our tournament directors, Chuck and Sam. I could go on and on and on and gush over all these incredible people here in Arizona. Thank you guys so much. Along with my Patreon subscribers and supporters, that also helps get a ton of this footage out to you guys. So we're here on 18, just 2 left to play, 377 feet. Seen it before. You got OB Sidewalk on the left. Also, we've got the curb and gravel. That's the word I was looking for. Curb and gravel on the right out of bounds. Sit down, and that just barely curls up and in. And just to give you guys, for what it's worth, a little timestamp. It's about 2:30 a.m. on Sunday night when I'm hammering this out. So I apologize if my brain's on. I don't know what mode it's on. I'll be flying back to Wisconsin in a matter of hours. Here's AB. Can he get the curb? No, we saw Jacob hit the curb yesterday right on the tiny little 1-inch lip, and then actually it kicked him back inbounds. Not the same for AB. He's just about pin high, and you see Hammis. He's just going with a mid. Trying to take any big numbers out of play, and then as he pitches this up, I give him a hard time and say, you're just laying up. He's like, I've just been laying up the last few holes. So again, he's on defense, just trying not to take any big numbers and give this thing away. He sees that Luke is charging, Anthony's fallen off a little bit, and he's also keeping an eye on the scores and seeing no one is really hunting him down except for Luke at this point. AB saves the par, as did Luke. As always, anytime you're within 1 meter of out of bounds, even if you're not OB, you can still elect to bring yourself in the full 1 meter. Sometimes that even means closer to the basket, like here. And there's going to be a lengthy walk, and we're going to head over to our finishing hole, hole number 19. We're going to close out the Maricopa Open. Par4 at 625 feet. And that thankfully kicked straight down. That was definitely heading to the OB. See the basket way down there as the chase card is closing out their tournament. Great pull by Castro. And I got to say, this was one of the more, I was going to say most or more fun rounds. Super crazy to see the shots we did, especially in the front half. So thank you guys so much for coming along for the ride. AB trying to make something special happen. Unfortunately, it catches that tree. He was so excited about the shot. I was too. I would love to see an eagle here on hole number 19. And that doesn't catch anything as Hammis is going to go out of bounds. Hammis certainly ready to hang things up here. Oh, and a slip by AB. Oh, no. He got up quite quickly. Thankfully, he's all right, but he did fall when he threw that shot. He's also ready to be done. And the other fun side note, lots of conversation about what was going down with the playoff games for the NFL. So I felt as if when I ran into Austin Turner 5 or 6 holes prior, he was 100% into watching it on his phone. Seemed like the golf was secondary for a number of our competitors out there. Adam with a long look here to save the par. Closing out. Okay, not with a bang. Adam, again, your 2-time and current defending champion here at this event. Him and AB so close, neck and neck. Adam also was the 2-time and defending champ a few weeks ago at the Shelley Sharp, and AB bested him. But here on this card, top hot round comes in from Luke, a 10 under. Nice shooting there, Luke. That's going to net him a 2nd place position. Solid payouts, of course, thanks to Infinite and the Dish Shack, along with Sam and the crew. And just like that, Adam is going to tap in and now become your 3-time champion. I'm going to catch up with him. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thank you so much. But I've got a champion interview with Adam Hammes. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Thanks for the support via Patreon. We'll see you at the next one. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog, joined by the now 3-time champion, Adam Hammes. And Adam, feels like deja vu a little bit, but what's the key to success out here?
Not throwing an OB. Sam changed up the course a little bit this year and made it a little longer, so had to throw faster discs, and faster discs skip more, and they tend to go OB a little bit more. So throwing it in bounds and just trying to make as many putts as I can. So.
Well, and speaking of throw-ins, of course, on the front, they saw the incredible eagle. Again, talk us through what was going on in your head and what you were lining up that shot with.
I ranged it about 372. It was like, it's a little short for a Raptor. So I went Onyx, went stable Onyx, just throw it out there on a 45-degree hyzer and swoop it in there and try to throw it about 20 feet long so you don't have to worry about coming up short and taking a big number. It looked good the whole way, and AB said go in halfway through its flight, and it smashed in. And I haven't thrown a disc in from that far out in a while, so it felt good.
You feel like that was all the momentum you needed, because you and AB have been exchanging back and forth, stroke for stroke, literally over the last, day and a half or 2 days, and then from there, it seemed like things were all going your way.
Yeah, that was definitely a little boost that I needed in round 2. Me and Anthony kind of just chucked it around and didn't put on a very good performance, but yeah, it was definitely a good little boost, and it was enough to close it out for my 3 times.
Yeah, and speaking of 3 times, is there another tournament that you can think of that you've won 3 times?
Yes.
No matter the size?
Yes, but not all in the same division. I've won the Pickle Open in Sheboygan.
Okay.
Twice in Open and 1 in Am. So,
okay.
But not in All Pro, so this is my first tournament I defended 3 times.
Yeah, that's incredible. Beautiful weekend out here. Looking forward, of course, to the rest of 2022. Anything out of the ordinary that we wouldn't expect to hear from you for 2022?
Nope, same thing. Disc Golf Pro Tour, a couple Silver Series. I'll be out there. Can't wait to see everyone again, and it's going to be a fun one, so looking forward to it.
All right, well, if you'll keep winning, I'll keep coming out and filming it. I know somebody's going to want to try and knock you down, whether it's AB or otherwise. It's been incredible. Thank you so much, of course, to our presenting sponsor in the Disc Shack, along with Infinite Disc. You guys have been incredible. Sam and the crew, everyone putting on this incredible show out here. Again, I'll keep coming back out, and he'll keep trying to defend the title. We'll catch you guys at the next one.
Thank you.